Hey everyone, welcome back to another video review, and right now I have the ultimate T-800 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day made by NECA Toys. I do have the original not really the ultimate, but the original T-800 from this movie. Unfortunately, I won't be doing a comparison similar to what I did with the Elder Predator version 1 and version 2, but I'll just go ahead and do a single review of this figure itself. So as we see on the packaging, to start off with, we have a image of Arnold when he's holding the minigun in the scene at Cyberdyne Systems when all the police are surrounding the building and he unleashes hell. It is one of my absolute favorite scenes of any movie of all time. Even though the action, I guess there is a lot of action, but the fact that he specifically isn't killing anyone, but you still see the fear in all the police, and you see the police cars getting blown up. You see Arnold just, like a machine, just rotating from side to side, unleashing hell with that minigun. It is one of my absolute favorite scenes of any movie, let alone of any Terminator film. And I can't hold back my excitement for it. It was just an awesome scene. So taking a look around the packaging, on the side we have the Terminator logo with a mugshot of Arnold, and then the NECA and Real Toys logo at the bottom. On the back we have a few shots of this figure, and let me zoom in on the bio for you to read. Let me just pause it, or you can pause it right there. There we go. And turning it around, we have the same thing on this side. And then opening up the flap, we have a picture of the figure on the left, and then we have quite a few accessories. This is a really cool deluxe figure. Looking at it, let me try to get that zoomed in to avoid the glare. We have the body right here. We have a battle damaged head on this side. We have the head sculpt with sunglasses here. We see the shotgun, the grenade launcher here, shotgun here, a pistol, and the minigun right there. So that is about it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and open this guy up and take a closer look at the figure. So here we have Arnold out of his packaging, or well, the T-800 I should say. And I have to say, I am pretty disappointed in this figure as well. If you have watched my Sarah Connor video, or my video review of Sarah Connor, you would know I said that was probably the first figure I was really disappointed in, specifically even for the Terminator line, not really counting the Elder Predator version 2, which I wasn't really disappointed. It was just kind of a downgrade from the version 1 in my opinion. But this figure as well, overall with the accessories primarily, it is a big disappointment because the figure is pretty much a reproduction of the first one. I haven't taken a look at the articulation quite yet to see of any differences, but just all the weapons are just a mess. And even the design of the hands to get them in, you can't really hold any of the weapons very well. But I'll get into that in just a moment. So just taking a look at the figure itself, we do see him. I changed out the head actually from the undamaged regular no sunglasses head, if you want to say, and I put on the undamaged sunglasses head sculpt. And the sunglasses do not detach, so they are sculpted or glued onto the head as well, which is good and bad. On one hand, it's good so that you don't have to worry about breaking or losing the sunglasses being so small, and you get an extra head sculpt. But then at the same time, it's an entirely other head sculpt. You have to pop out and in if you want to change just to get sunglasses on. So it's kind of pros and cons there, not a big issue with me. Taking a look at the rest, we do have the bandolier going across his chest with the grenades, and you can see one is empty as if he's used one already. And then just the typical Terminator look that we do see in the film. So taking a look at the heads first, let me zoom in on this head. Unlike the newer Terminator figures that everyone has been saying looks like Tommy Lee Jones, the classic Terminator still looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is really good to see. And I won't do too much on this head because I'll get the other head closer in. Oop, there go all the heads. So here's the head that comes in the packaging. As you can see, it's a very well sculpted and well painted Arnold with his, emotional face just as the Terminator has in most of the film. We do have the nice wrinkles and the marks all across the face, and of course he wasn't that old, but we do see some of the aging in his face. The lips might have been too dark of a pink for me, you know, it's not really a natural look to his lips. And then looking at the hair, we do have the typical or classic Arnold hair. It's all sculpted so you can feel the texture, and the darkish, kind of light brown, not really a dark brown. And that's about it for that head. And then here we have the battle damaged head. All the same sculpt, just with the added battle damage. And it's a really cool, we see all the blood coming down, and all the exposed skin and flesh. The metal endoskeleton head, really cool. It's a nice chrome, not really chrome, but it's a really nice silver that they added to shine and stand out from the rest of the head. We do see the red eye, if I can zoom in again, there we go. And we see all the bullet holes on this side, and some more bullet holes across the neck right here, and just all the holes along the face where it is damaged. Some blood on the ear as well. And this side is really cool. We do have the blood going around the damaged part right there, and the neck as well. We do still see his blue eye that has not been affected, the hair that's been cut out and burned away. And on the back we do have some more battle damage. I'm not too sure I remember where this came from, or maybe it was just in this sequence of being shot at, but we don't see as much blood or exposed flesh, just kind of a ring of blood around there, and then straight to the metal endoskeleton head. So that's a really cool head. I really like what they did with that. Taking a look at his pistol, not much going on, just a normal pistol. We have the multiple grays and silver gunmetal finish on it, the black handle. Nice design. Let me take out the shotgun from his hand that we see him use in the beginning of the film and throughout the rest. If I can just get that unlatched. So really cool design. The brown came out really nice. You can kind of feel, I don't really think it's textured, but it does have a feel to it that makes it look like it has the wooden rings to it too. That's really nicely done. And then we have the darker gray handle and the barrel at the top. So that's a really cool paint job on that. I had the grenade launcher also strapped to him on his shoulder. And there we go as well. We have again the nice woodish brown color. And then the darker gray barrel. And this one, along with the minigun, it's pretty warped. I wasn't too happy to see that. I know we do typically get some warped weapons, but these were just really badly warped. And then we have the green shoulder strap here. And this one does not move the... Oh no, does it? I don't think it's supposed to. So yeah, don't try to move that. It's not supposed to. It's just a flexible rubberish material. So here comes my disappointment, or the start of the disappointment. This minigun is an absolute mess, let me tell you that. I mean, I don't know how much you can see the warped material or how warped it is, but I mean, this does not stay straight. You can see at the top. So it's supposed to be like centered like this, but the whole handle is crooked. So if you were going to try to have him hold it like this, the handle or the trigger would be going off on the side. The barrel will be facing one way, and if you can see how warped the barrel is too, it kind of goes up in a wave right here and then slanted down as well. And then I can't even attach the hand to it, or the handle, the holster, whatever you want to call this part, because if you can see how bent, deformed, and warped it is, and it's such a loose and flexible plastic, I mean, unless I keep it under a heater or a hair dryer and hold it like this and then keep it like that, that's the only way it will hold. But even then, when I try putting any pressure on it to attach the hand, it just falls back in like this. So I don't know what they thought they were doing compared to the first one, because I know for a fact the first one was, I have it holding the minigun and it's not this bad. And just this whole section is so loose, and you can see how unaligned it is. Let me try to get that good. So the gun should be facing straight, but then the barrel warps that way, the handle warps that way, and then all this is just a jumble of different directions. So I can't even pose him with the minigun, which I guess it's okay because I have the first version with the minigun, so I can use this as a just using a different pose. But just to see how badly molded and shaped this is, it's such a huge disappointment. And in the bag, you know, nothing too different from the original bag. I think this might be a little bit softer of a rubber where all the bullets come through, but yeah, that was not a very happy attempt to have Arnold or the T-800 holding the minigun. So taking a look at the rest of the figure as well, there really isn't much of a difference in terms of sculpt. Maybe it's a new sculpt, I'm not too sure, I don't remember too well if NECA or Randy had mentioned that there would be a new sculpt to it. But if you can make out, we do have a lot of the bullet holes, and on the back as well from when he first encountered the T-1000 in the mall when he was protecting John Connor. So that's really cool to see. And then going down, the rest is just the normal black jacket and pants with the lighter gray undershirt, which is also what we do see in the new Terminator figures, the Pops figures from Terminator Genesis. And this one, it is pretty flexible, so if you wanted to, you can kind of rotate it, but you know, you want to have all the grenades showing in the front. And it's kind of a, I don't really want to say gunmetal finish, but it's almost a lighter silver, almost greenish tone, undertone to the grenades, and kind of has a shine to it, which is really nice. And you can see the close-up on the sunglasses as well. It has a nice reflection to it right there. That's pretty cool. And then looking at the jacket as well, it is flexible and detached, almost like a vest for the figure, so that you can still move the arms without any trouble. And then looking at the articulation, the head does go left and right. It is on a ball joint, so you can twist it just about any which way. It doesn't look down too much, doesn't look up too much. Arms, the shoulder, full rotation, go out and in. They can kind of twist just with the direction you move it. Single jointed elbow, yep, and they do twist as well, and the normal wrist movement. No ab crunch, but we do have a waist swivel. The hips go back and forth, out and in, and do twist as well. Single jointed knee, this one's kind of tight, I don't want to move it, and this one does move, so there we go. And then and then we have a additional calf twist, I guess, if you want to say, and that's about it there. And then the boots as well have the, I think, a ball joint. Yeah, there we go, so you can pose that pretty nicely. And I believe that's about it. I don't think there's too much different from the first one in terms of articulation either. I think the calf articulation might be new, but that is about it. Not that, you know, for me, I don't do too many crazy poses and I don't move around my figures too much. But yeah, that's about it for this review. So like I said, the weapons were a big disappointment for me, and even with the hands trying to pose the weapons or put the weapons in the hands, it just was not working out. So I'll just leave it when you first saw the initial image or the initial pose with the shotgun and grenade over his shoulder. I'll just keep it as that. But you know, I still love Terminator, so it's a really hard thing to say I'm disappointed. But unfortunately, that's the reality. We can't have perfect figures, and even the perfect figures do have some issues at hand. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, like, and follow all my pages, and stay tuned for the next video review.